Hello, lovers. It's Tuesday night. How are you guys doing tonight? Y'all see I got my wine. I'm ready for tonight. I am ready for tonight. Hi guys, welcome to the Pink Room with Miss Shanda. I'm listening to Ravina tonight. We're just on a real dope vibe tonight. How are you guys? I know that if you're used to the Pink Room, I am on every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But the bochinche was so good and I wasn't here last week. So I am here tonight, Tuesday, with my very special guest, Miss Asia Monet. She is a model. She is a gorgeous, gorgeous woman. And she's also one of my very, very best friends. As usual, when you first come on, I like to say my hellos. I am drinking Zinfandel tonight, T. Scott official, but with my pink straw, mind you. Shy Gemini, thank you. Thank you, love. Now, this is a story all about how, yes, honey, it's going to be all about Will and Jada in August. We're getting into all of that. So if you're new to the Pink Room, if tonight is your first time joining me, welcome. I am the mistress of the Pink Room. And what is the Pink Room? Well, the Pink Room is everything love, sex, and relationships with a little bochinche. Actually, a lot of bochinche. Bochinche is gossip in Spanish, if you did not know that. So tonight we're going to be discussing quite a bit. We have, of course, August and Will and Jada. We have Jill Scott, and we have a bunch of good stuff that I don't really want to get into right now. But what I want to do, because tonight's content is so long and the hour goes so fast, I'm going to bring in my guest, okay? Miss Model Asia Monet, my girl. So right now I'm just waiting for her to come in. Hi, Ravi, baby. Hi, Vinny. Hi, Muggy Jr. I'm just waiting for her connection to come through. Yes, honey. Night of the Venom. There she is. Hi, pretty lady. How are you?
Hi, you. It's so nice to see you.
You too. You look beautiful.
Thank you. You too. I got the instant.
Thank you for joining me tonight, Age.
No problem. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
It is always so much. It is always so much fun for me when I not only have my friends on, but it's almost like the gossip, the bochinche we have tonight is what we'll talk about off the screen.
Right. Of course.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a lot
We're
of
gonna get into it
tonight.
Right. We're gonna get into it tonight. Just this camera.
Now, I want to check your sound too, guys. Can you hear her well? Can you check your sound? Just go 1 2 3 1 2 3. Let me hear you.
1 2 3 1 2 3. Can you guys hear me?
Okay, it was a small delay, but I don't think it's bad. Can you hear me well?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
Perfect.
Okay, so let me ask you, from your end, can you see the people that are coming on?
I can.
Okay,
I see
good.
people.
So if at any time you want to say hello to anybody, you can acknowledge, because I love doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, so say hello to some of the people that came on.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I wear contacts, so I'm like, what is the thing? But I see people joining. I do see people joining.
Oh, okay.
But I wasn't so shout out.
Yes. Thank you guys for coming on to a special edition of the Pink Room Live with Miss Shanda. My very special guest and very good friend, Model Asia Monet, is going to get into the bochinche with us tonight, and I cannot wait. Now, first things first, Age, give everybody a little background, who you are, what you do, and just talk about your fabulousness.
Oh my gosh. So hi everybody. I am located in New York City. I am a plus size model who's been in the business contributing all of this for a good decade, believe it or not. I get paid to be the size I am. I get paid for my body. So I think
Yes.
that's very interesting to talk about, given the
Yes.
state of what has been happening as a
Exactly.
plus-size model. So also, my dear friend Shanda brought me on today to share. I feel like I'm coming out of like the spiritual closet type of sort of thing.
Yes.
So I'm a light worker, a spiritual healer as well. And I'm just here to bring some higher perspective, hopefully some healing around
Yes.
things that we've been witnessing in pop culture right now. And
Yes.
I'm just so happy to be on. Thank you so much for
Thank
having me.
you. Thank you for coming on. And I think a very important point is the Bochinche, okay, is fun, it's gossip, but there's some really serious shit coming up that we're going to
Right.
talk about, and we're going to be able to peel back the onion, I like to call it.
Yes.
Because some of
Yes.
it is very like emotional, the stuff that was said. With that being said, it's a great segue for me to talk about 50 Cent and Lil Wayne. Now, they're lucky last week I didn't get into their ass, but I wanted to wait to this week
She's
because
like, you just want to jump into it. Let's just
yes,
get to
we're
it.
jumping right into the fire with this shit. First of all, they're up because Little Wayne has a show, right? Which everybody has a show now. Everybody has a platform. So 50
Especially
was
Corona.
a guest, right? 50 was a guest of Little Wayne, and within their interview, he talks about women and what he's attracted to, and he made a comment. Now, not verbatim, but he
Okay.
basically said that he's used to seeing girls in the hood dating a certain type of look of a woman, but now he has this thing for exotic women. And Wayne took that and thought it was funny, and they laughed and kikied about the shit. And it was very offensive to a lot of us women, and in particular, Wayne's daughter. Now, 50 don't have daughters.
Right.
He don't have daughters. But Lil
Right.
Wayne has a daughter who felt so moved by what was said and felt so hurt by what was said that she made a public post about her feeling like she's a queen, feeling like she herself is exotic. And unfortunately, it took her to say something and not her father. And my feeling was her dad should have checked her, should have checked 50 and not his daughter.
I would agree, except for I feel he shares that sentiment. I feel he shares that opinion.
Yes.
Right? So that's why we see the exchange of two men kikiing up.
Yes.
One thing I would say, it was very hurtful. Myself included was hurt by what I seen and what I heard.
Yeah.
I have to say hurt people hurt people.
I agree.
And when you don't know who you are, you understand, you will do stuff unknowingly and without consequence, right? Like they just think they're just picking up, but we're talking about two Black prominent men in our community with huge influence and success, right? So I would caution them to know who you are. Know who you are and understand your influence, and heal those things inside of yourself that makes you reject your Blackness. Ask yourself why you don't find women who like you came from. Let's keep it real. It takes like your DNA was made by a Black woman.
Your grandmother, your auntie, your mother, all of that.
All of that
in the hood that look out for you or whatever.
Absolutely.
My feeling was, and also too, it just, I always felt 50 is one of those people that honestly, I have followed and unfollowed him so many times because of the stuff that comes out of his mouth. And there is always a direct disrespect to women all of the time. And again, peeling back his onion, there's clearly an issue there with him and women, in my opinion. But the bigger thing for me was that in a Black man's eyes, we'll take these two Black men, what is exotic to them? What does exotic mean?
Anything but Black? That's how I feel, like anything but a Black woman. That's how I feel it. Anything but a Black woman, anything that is not familiar to him, right? So because he grew up in South Jamaica, I'm from South Jamaica, Queens.
Right.
I guess I'm not exotic, and honestly, to keep it 100, met 50. I've been on the project
Yes,
with
I
him.
know.
And I have to say, I didn't feel disrespected. He has never disrespected me, at least not to my face and not in my presence. But like I said, hurt people will hurt people. So those issues that's with inside himself, I feel like
Yeah.
we're seeing unhealed wounds playing out,
Right.
and it's a lot in our society, especially in regards to our Black men.
Yeah.
I had to say to myself today, why is it that I feel Black women are under attack at this time? What is happening?
I feel like it's been going on
happening?
for a long time. And if you think
Mhm.
about it, if you combine Lil Wayne's followers and 50's followers, you're looking at over 50 million people that follow them combined or more. Okay.
Right.
So think about the fact that they would say something like that, and also understand and know the basis of your fan base, your foundation is the very women that you disrespected.
Right.
The very women that you disrespected, the very women that went to your concerts, that supported you, that was going on your mixtapes, right? When you were on Play Slaves mixtapes and nobody really knew who you was, and you was part of the drama hour or whatever, people like us women were supporting that.
You from the beginning. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right. So now you've reached this certain level of fame, a certain level of status, comfort.
Let's
Now
keep it real.
you want something exotic, quote unquote.
Right.
And another point that I wanted to bring up, and I shared this with you, which which a lot of people don't know, but I am of mixed race. My daughter is mixed race. And growing up, she used to have problems at times with girls not liking her because of her being a mixed person. And here's the thing with the problem, another problem with what he did. Women that are quote unquote exotic, right? They can't help who their genetic background is, right? So if you have these men constantly putting them on a pedestal and comparing them to other women, they're constantly having to be in defense of themselves as well.
Right.
Because you have women that look a certain way or feel a certain way, taking their anger out on those type of women. Right. You understand? So it's like it's a double-edged sword. There's so much damage that they've done that I don't even think they're aware of.
And that's the sad thing. They're not aware, especially until after the damage has been done, right? And I would go to argue and say it's part of a system that was set up that way. We're seeing manifestations of our slavery system. Let's just keep it 100, where they put us shades of browns, against one another. It's very divisive, where we put lighter shades on pedestals versus our darker shades. This is something that has been playing out in our history, and it takes self-awareness. It's going to take our community, us as a people, to recognize the greatness in us, recognize who we are, the kings and queens that we are, honor that, and be loud about it. Be upfront about it, not behind the scenes, because let's keep it real, in the industry, Black women, listen, we are adored and loved and desired. Let's not get twisted.
This one lady said I look 35. I'm 52.
Right.
Honey, I'm 52 years old, and honestly, women half my age don't intimidate me.
Right.
They don't intimidate me. Now, if you put me up with a quote unquote maybe a white woman, exotic woman, you're gonna see more aging in them than you probably do me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's the society, right? That is putting on us what we should be desiring, what we should be.
She's You went out for a second.
Oh, okay.
Can you repeat it, sweetheart? Because you went out for a second.
No problem. So I was saying that it is society that is putting this imposed, like, to reach success and be successful, this is the type of woman you should have on your arm, type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And also too, getting back to and exposing our laundry in terms of our culture and who we are as a race. Last shared with me that growing up, he used to get picked on by other black kids that he was black.
Mm-hmm.
He was too black.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Or brown
Right.
skinned children. And honestly, let's keep it 100. 50 Cent looked like Magilla Gorilla. He looked like Mighty Joe Young. You can't stand here looking like Mighty Joe Young talking about some exotic shit. Now, to be quite honest with you, I love a man that looks like 50. I love a man that
Me
looks
too.
like that because my man
Yeah.
looked like that. So never for a second that I would think to say, oh, I need something more exotic than him. I need something more than just this because this is what I see all the time. I need something a little different. We all have a personal right to what we like, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's preference. But you don't get to disrespect
Right.
what you don't honor anymore.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying when I say
You
that?
know, absolutely. And this is what I had to, the analogy I had to say to myself, right? If a guy if I didn't prefer the type or his type for whatever reason, who approached me, right? I'm not gonna go and say, like, it's like I'm not gonna put down others to express the fact that I'm not into that person, right? So I had to say, what mindset does someone have to be in? That's why I say it's a self-hate thing. It is unhealed wounds because it's like the approach is hurtful. The approach was divisive. You understand?
It was
like I said, when you don't have
funny. He thought it was
right,
funny.
you don't have self-awareness. Right, and when you don't have self-awareness, these are the things that will play out.
Yeah.
So I just urge people to, like I said, learn who you are, adore who you are, cherish and be proud and put yourself on that pedestal. You understand? Like, as far as I'm a strong Black woman, I'm a strong Black man, to our men.
That's right.
And be honorable and step with honor. It's too much. For lack of better word, happening around, it's too much of it. Like,
here's a funny thing too. Another way to think about things.
Mm-hmm.
Would an exotic quote unquote woman give you 2 minutes of her time if you didn't have the fame or the money you have, based on what you look like?
Well, we know what the answer to that is, right? And that's why when they reach these levels of success, that's why that's the aim. You understand? That's the target. Because they know the truth of that.
That's right. They know now that now that I'm here, I could bag chicks that look like this now. So this is all I'm gonna do now because I ran through these chicks that don't deserve nothing. So okay, so now this is my thing. This is what I'm gonna go to the premieres with. This is what I'm going to be seen on my arm with. I don't need that anymore. That is so wrong to even put that into their followers' minds that that's okay.
Yeah.
It was very shameful. It was
because I'm about love. I'm about anybody loving who they love. But when you say you go after people because of specific physicality and stuff like that, it's like
very true.
When it's not that
very
deep.
True. No.
It's not that deep. So yeah.
Which is a great segue into Jill Scott and Kyle Caro, whatever. I know it's spelled Quieer. He's an NFL linebacker. Well, he used to play in the NFL and he went into the XFL. But he did a series of tweets last Friday where he said, wow, people really find Jill Scott attractive. Now, what made this Negro pull out Jill Scott, I don't know. I don't know where he just came out of nowhere and just brought her up. And of course, Twitter went at him, like people went at him heavy, like, how dare you even think to say that this woman is not attractive? Like he was questioning how could people think that she is sexually attractive. Any man that I've been with, Jill Scott was on their hit list. Like Carly Taylor just said that was funny as hell. Absolutely.
Right. I see that comment.
Something. Put put his ass in the room with her with them titties out and see what happened.
This is how I felt about it. Honestly, I was like, who told you no? Right? Who shut you down?
Right.
Like, who hurt your feelings? Who G cups were you trying to lay on? And I was like,
that's
nah,
right.
I'm good, girl. Like, because here it goes. Hurt people hurt people. You just sitting around pondering, oh, y'all think, who cares, right?
Who cares? Who's sitting at home?
Sexually attractive and the other person didn't. Okay, so what? Who cares? Why am I going to go hit social media and put that type of energy out there?
It almost felt like he had this attraction to her that he probably couldn't understand.
Really?
So he
really. Because you know why I say that? Because I've been on a national show at one point, like a guest, and I'm not gonna say no names, but this big media person, okay, tried to dog me about my size, and then as soon as the camera started rolling, it was like, yeah, but can I put my head on those G's though? No. Excuse me? Never. Never. How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you? So that's what I'm saying. There's a taboo. You understand about being with a voluptuous, curvy woman, but we're too woke in society right now. So
no, we way too woke.
They're like, she's sexy as hell. Like, don't play yourself.
Listen,
don't play yourself.
At my heaviest, I could pull the best nigga in the room. At my heaviest.
You were amazing.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand. I am 20 years older than my nigga. So I don't understand how he in his mind thought to say some crazy shit like that. Yeah. And then of course, after everybody got in his behind, like it's almost like he got a virtual ass whooping. Okay?
Right. He did.
Then he goes on and apologizes. I would have pulled the strap. Like 50 said, get the strap. That's one thing that 50 got right. But get the strap. I would have the strap in his ass. Put him over my knee and beat his ass. Which probably would have turned him on, Asia. It probably would have turned him on if I put him over my knee anyway.
Wow. Wow. I mean, like I said, back to what is happening in society that Black women are targets right now. What is happening
that Malcolm X said the Black woman is the most disrespected being on the planet. He said that almost 50 years ago, and it's the truth, and it's still. Think about it this way, right? There are a lot of Black men openly have a problem with a Black woman dating outside her race, especially with a white man. They'll get so upset that she's not with a brother, But there are many brothers out there that Black women don't feel loved by. We don't feel respected by.
Absolutely.
We don't feel reverent.
Who are people stepping up, right? This is what I'm saying. I need Black men to reclaim who they are. I need Black men to get serious about what's happening out here. Okay? Going these streets and having multiple women and having multiple kids and
multiple families. That's right.
Multiple families. Sit down with yourself and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Yeah. What is inside of me that I need to find fulfillment outside of myself? Right? Because this is what this is about. I have to sleep with multiple women to feel something, to feel like a man, to feel fulfilled. That's right? Not about building union, building family, and building legacy. Like, all this stuff you're doing is temporary.
I think that's the operative word, is legacy. When you look at the Black man, when you look at the Black family, what is our legacy?
Right.
If we can't honestly answer that question, or if in our mind it gets hazy, or we go, oh shit, then that's a problem.
Yeah, Night of the Venom said, not only that, why are we doing it at an older age? Right? Because it has there's no self-realization. There's no self-awareness. And we have and to be not like jumping down black men's throat, because it's not about that. It's about, let's look at the unhealed wounds of our society. Let's look at, okay, we have aspects of our community playing out based on what has happened in slavery. Let's look at these wounds and let's heal it. So I was saying, let's look at these wounds, you know, and let's heal them. And let's give ourselves new perspective, you know. Let's heal the fear that's being instilled, okay? Because like, we know, especially with the public, what I call lynchings of our black men, even now, that is installing fear, is causing men to feel like they don't have.
I'm sorry, guys. So let's hear a little bit of music till Asia Monet comes back.
Am I back?
Okay, there she is. Okay.
Sorry, my Wi-Fi is going in and out. I'm like,
okay. I just told them it's we're live. It's technical difficulties. That's okay.
Right. I'm like, the devil is a liar. I'm gonna get this out.
Exactly. But yeah, it's so much.
Right.
So guys, right now it's just Miss Shanda. We got into some topics, and then we got into some poor connection. Hi guys, it's Miss Shanda. Welcome to part 2 of the Pink Room Live. I had to sign off and then come back in because my connection went. Hopefully you guys will join me back. If it's blurry again, please let me know. Please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. It's a live show. These kind of things happen. I appreciate you coming back. If you came back on, please come back. Okay, good. So I'm going to invite Asia back on, and let's see if we can get things better. We can get back up and running. And we'll listen to some music while we do that. This is Ravina. Age, we're back. Now, mind you, yes, it's a glitter filter, guys. I always have a nice, fun filter.
Oh, you always have a filter?
Yeah. I was just explaining to them that we had a little technical difficulties, that it's live and it happens.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens.
So,
it was getting too real for Instagram.
It was getting too real for Instagram. Right. Every time I tap into some really deep stuff, for some reason, some shit pops up and happens with my live. Every single time. I'm like, what's going on?
Mom is signed in.
Right.
Mom, shout out to the
yes. So piggybacking up on what we were just talking about when I was saying how right now, in terms of what's going on with us, the black man is being attacked, right? So imagine if they were not feeling the love from us, black women, right now. Right. Imagine if they were not feeling loved and protected by us right now. What does that feel like? What does that feel like? That right now that everybody is trying to kill you and your own women are not behind you.
Or like, get them. You know? Yeah, it's a very hurtful thing. My prayer is that black love and black unity comes back. That is stronger than ever. You understand? Like, that we come into unity and support one another, protect one another, produce with one another. You understand? Build legacy.
Yes.
When I look at everything that's happening, you're looking at generations dying. That's what you're looking at. Every time we see a young black person being killed and this and you're seeing generations die off.
Yes, very true.
It's very serious out here. So I need people to take a hard look at themselves and really know your greatness. Know who you are. Know, you came to this world to be great.
And I think it's so very important that women understand at a very young age. And it's so important if you have children, or even if you don't have children, if you have nieces or goddaughters or whatever, it's still very important in a young woman's life, is that you take on the responsibility of imbuing love and inspiration into her.
Right.
Because we do not want our girls thinking that men need to co-sign their beauty or making them feel whether they're exotic or not. They have to know
Absolutely.
on their absolute own that
Right.
I'm a beautiful, strong woman. I don't need
Right.
any affirmation from 50 Cent or Lil Wayne. Honestly, to keep it 1,000 and to be very transparent, Lil Wayne hasn't looked good in a very long fucking time. He needs to be held down and have them locks shaved off his head. That's number one. So, you know, we could go in and really read him, okay?
I
50 looks like
agree.
Mighty Joe Young.
I have look, no comment. But what I can say, energetically, I absolutely
Wine
feel
talking.
like right. I absolutely feel like, you know, hurt feelings. I hurt people hurt people. I absolutely do.
Asia, it just
But,
dawned on me. I gotta talk about King Kong and why 50 reminds me of fucking King Kong.
no.
Let me tell you something about King Kong. King Kong ate all the black women in the village, right? King Kong ate the black women. He would make them sacrifice a black woman every so often, and they would tie her ass up. He would snatch her, take her back in the jungle, and when he was done with her, he would eat her, right? So then the exotic comes in, and all of a sudden he want to play with her titties, and he's on a boat with her in New York City, and they're having ice skating fun in fucking Central Park, and he's following up a damn a building to save her and to save each other. That's the mindset.
But see, this is what I'm saying. That whole storyline, right? But here it goes. That whole
But
story.
it's real life, Asia.
No, I
It's real
understand.
life.
But what I'm saying is, you see how that storyline is? Like,
Yes.
this is what society and media and fashion and all these things are doing to us subconsciously. You understand? And that's why I say it takes self-awareness to say, help, like, wait, that's not cool.
Right.
Why is it like this? Like, why are we discarding the black woman and embracing others?
Yes.
And not recognizing black women for the queens that they are, the strong, beautiful black queens they are.
Right.
You
and
know?
here's the clincher in it. After he gets to New York, the people that supposedly love him are like, oh, he needs to go home. He recognizes the moon and it looks like Africa, wherever the hell they brought his ass from. So now, after you took off with the exotic, you want to come back home, and we supposed to welcome you with open arms, but you done shitting on us women all this other time.
And rub your back and make you some good soul food when you get back here. So don't forget that. Don't forget that. Oh, please, black men, please do better.
They got to do better.
Please heal. So one thing
heal is the word.
Yeah, I was gonna say back to, I guess that's when we got cut off, was about healing, right? One thing that is going to be a common theme throughout our storyline today, I believe, is about unhealed males, right? And the thing is, society hasn't taught males to love themselves, to be on a love walk with themselves, to honor themselves, and to respect their bodies, mind, body, and soul. We don't teach males in society to do that.
No.
And so how it manifests is men out here not knowing who they are, men out here sharing themselves and their bodies, not understanding. You're sharing your chi with everybody, you're giving your energy to everybody, that you deplete yourself. You don't even know who you are.
Right.
You're giving so much of you everywhere that you don't know who you are. And your vibration is not right. Right?
I feel like oftentimes too, a lot of what's going on, as it always does, goes back to childhood. It goes back to, you know, when you are a man, and it's so important that men understand that when you are a young man, your idea of what women are, what they represent, what your future with them will be like is represented in your home very early. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was your relationships like with the women when you were growing up?
Right.
Did you love these women, or did you dislike them? Did you not have respect for them? Did you have silent resentment towards them? You know, I don't know how many men that I've dated that had issues with their moms.
And these
And
are
as
the
a
things we
result,
have
I
to
had
look
to
at.
pay for their, yeah,
We have
and as a result, I had to pay for whatever issues that they had. Just like they say, we have daddy issues sometimes.
right.
A
That's
lot
all
of
I'm
it just
saying. It's
goes
the
back to,
equivalent. It's the
yeah,
equivalent. And when you become older and wiser and you recognize your patterns, you say, okay, there's something going on with me. It's not all of these
that's
men.
right.
There's something happening with me. Why I am attracting these patterns in my relationships, right?
That's right.
But what do men tend to do? Not all men. Don't get me wrong. Not
Yeah, it's
stereotyping.
not a blanket,
the,
guys.
the majority of men, because like I said, we don't teach men in our society to heal. We don't
We
teach them that.
don't.
We teach you don't cry. We
Yeah,
teach you,
I know you're not
hold your
crying.
head high. And it's acceptable to have all these women.
Yeah,
That's the manly thing to do. It's
yes,
acceptable to be
absolutely.
sexually active young, right?
Yeah,
Before you're mentally mature or emotionally mature to handle
right.
sexual acts. This is
Yeah,
the thing, this is the dysfunction that we're teaching our males. And now that's why it's a shift though, right? I feel like
yes.
we're coming into a consciousness now where we're like, okay, this is not working out so well.
Nope.
You're 30 years old, 40 years old, don't know if you're coming or going. It's manifesting in more broken homes, more
That's
broken
right.
hearts. You
Yes.
understand? So now we hold back and say, what is happening? So just like us women, some of us have daddy issues. We go back, we heal those daddy issues. We raise our vibrations. We learn our worth, right?
Yes.
We learn proper boundaries, right?
Yeah.
We learn how to nurture ourselves and then raise our vibration to attract someone who's now on our vibe,
That's
right?
right. Yeah.
So the men
Your vibe
need to do the
attracts
work.
your tribe, be it
Yes,
your
right.
man, your friends. You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
my client,
That's
just
right.
everything. Yeah, everything. Yes, yes,
Exactly.
I
We
love
just,
it.
I think, is a great segue to the main attraction.
Woo!
Is Jada, Will, and August Alsina. Oh my gosh. Where do
I
we
should I
begin?
should like to follow Santo for this one because
Child.
or
Yeah,
some stage. Or some stage. I don't know
yeah.
which one.
Light it up, Asia.
I gotta like something about. But okay, you gotta give the rundown as if people don't know, right? Like
Right.
you give the rundown
So
and
the main reason why I did a Tuesday night show was because I couldn't wait to address the situation. And from what I understand, that particular red table where she talked about the affair that she had with August Alsina with her husband, Will Smith, was like the most watched thing on Facebook ever. It was like
right.
12 million people watched it. Now, here's the thing. August Alsina started all of this because he did an interview with Angela Yee, and in that interview, he talked about how he became close to not only her children, but to her, and
Mm.
that they were in this relationship, and that Will
Mm-hmm.
co-signed the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Right.
and that interview came out, and then she came out saying, she made a statement that it's not true. And then later in the evening, she came back and said, I'm going to the red table, right?
Right.
Fast forward, we go to the red table. So she's sitting across the red table now, not with your man, not with your living boyfriend, but with your husband.
Husband.
Husband,
Husband.
okay? Sitting across from this man and says, okay, this guy came to our family. Basically, this was her son's friend. He was sick. He was going through emotional and mental, all this physically not feeling good.
Right.
And then they became into an entanglement.
He was going just to run it back. He was going through a health crisis.
Yes.
Us as healers, and let me just say, I was. Hey, Lyris. I see
Hi,
Lyris. I just to run it back. I was very offended as a woman who's a healer.
Yes.
For her to use the excuse that she was healing him and
Yes.
it felt so good to heal someone. As I sit there and watch her husband
Yeah.
Break. His heart was in pieces.
Internally, you could
So,
see it.
and here it goes. So just to give a little background for people who don't know, like I said, I'm a spiritual healer. I'm highly empathic, meaning I feel what people feel.
Yes.
You understand? So when I sat there and watched him literally break down and crumble inside, let alone the physical aspects of him, the red eyes, the feeling numb and
yes.
like he was in the daze. But I'm saying on an emotional level, a physical level, to see her sit calm, unbothered, and I needed to feel good.
Asia, now
I needed to feel good.
I know we both are exploding, because we both have a lot to say about this.
Yeah.
But can you please tell the people, because me and you are very good friends, can you please let people know that I haven't been a fan of hers forever?
Right.
With this red table talk.
Right, you haven't. You haven't.
I just said she's selling bullshit. I just want to say that. And not to say I don't like her as an actress, but when it came to the red table talk, I thought it was a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to give my opinion, and then I'm going to let you come in and say.
No problem.
First of all, me and Jada are around the same age, right?
Okay.
The fact that, like you said, the fact that she said that she felt healed, she needed some healing. What you did was you took advantage and had sex with a young man who felt like you probably felt like home to him.
Right.
You felt like home to him. He felt like he could be his complete vulnerable self with you. And you sat in front of your husband and said, well, I just wanted to feel good.
Right. And we were entangled.
And an entanglement. And Will said an entanglement.
Right.
Like, bitch,
right.
Come on now. Let's say what it is.
So no accountability on top of it, which also shows me you feel like you didn't do nothing wrong. You understand? There's no acknowledgement of wrongdoing. We were on
selfish. It was selfish. And it was about her.
Self-serving. It was self-serving.
Right. Yeah. And when she was done with him, she discarded him and she had no use for him. And there's no way you're going to sit and tell me at a red table, a blue table, a green table, a yellow fucking table, any color table, you're not going to tell me nothing now.
Right.
You can't. There's nothing you could tell me because your own shit was handed on a platter. And here's the thing: you didn't even sit there and say, you know what, I fucked up. I hurt this young man. I did some stuff I shouldn't even been doing because I'm married. And on top of it, I hurt you, and you are my husband.
Right.
And I was wrong for that.
Right.
That's what she should have did, Asia.
Absolutely.
Now you go on in.
But why she didn't do it? Because there's no accountability.
Yeah.
I wish she would not use the word healer, for one, because your intentions were self-serving. Yeah. You understand? And that's my message to Miss Jada Pinkett. Okay, like it was self-serving. Okay, the only person that got anything out of this of positivity or I don't know, satisfaction was her, right? Yeah. Because we're looking at her husband who is being dragged in media.
Oh my God, he's
based
being
on
embarrassed.
allegations.
He's being embarrassed so bad. I mean,
and it's not right.
No, it isn't. But here again, where his brothers could come in and give some insight and heal him, they're making fun of him.
Hurt people. He can't offer him no healing. He can't offer him no higher perspective. Look at his house. Look at his mess. Look at what he did last week, right? Yeah. He can't do that. You understand? And that is also an issue within the culture. We go to people to lead us somewhere they haven't been. Yeah. He hasn't been his. He don't know what it looks like. He doesn't look like what it's like to be free from some demons. He don't know. So how is he going to give Will Smith in his time of need? My advice to Will is that when he sat there and said, I love you, Jada, unconditionally, Will, you need to learn to love yourself unconditionally. And like loving yourself unconditionally doesn't mean that you stay
That's
in a
right.
position where you're not being honored. Loving yourself unconditionally means, yes, I made some poor choices. I look and reflect at those things and say, what healthy boundaries do I need to now put up?
Yeah.
Jada is just running amok. She's running
She
amok.
is. She's been running amok, and I've said it before in the pink room. Jada also has had affairs with women. She goes both ways. It's not like this is August is the person that's kind of just going out there and saying it. Okay.
Right.
And listen, people handle their marriages just like a fingerprint. It's all individual. Everyone does what works for them. But when you invite the public into your bedroom, because that's what this was, you're inviting everyone to make a comment, just like we're doing, everyone to judge a situation. And again, in protecting a Black man, right? You got a sister, look what she did to her husband.
Right. And that's what I'm saying, the way we've been set back, not only the dishonor, she dishonored him so bad. As much as I wanted to be mad at 50 about what he said, I was more mad at Jada at the fact that what he said was the fact. It was fact.
It was fact.
Like she sat there across from Will and said, you couldn't give me that permission to do anything. Now, my thing was this. I don't know about open relationships, like marriages, but I would assume that there would be some level of consideration and discussion amongst parties about what we doing, what we not doing, what boundaries we have or what boundaries we're not having. So for her, I was shocked for her to say, like, you could not have gave me that permission. So let's just get that clear. And that's all ego. Let's be
It was all ego. It was all ego. And there was I didn't find her to be sorry.
She's not.
I didn't find her to be sorry. And today on my Instagram, I posted that they went to the Bahamas. So you got this young man who went public about being in love with you, being hurt, but you on the beach with your husband, like, oh, well, I don't care.
And it's, oh my God, like my prayer, let Will Smith stumble upon this video. Will, let me tell you something. You deserve love. You deserve better. A woman will honor and love you. You understand?
That's right.
And people were sitting there throwing out, oh, he has side pieces, this and that. Let me tell you something. That's nothing but physical and flesh. That is broken. You understand what I'm saying?
You could see it in his face and in his countenance. Everything was like slumped.
No. It was terrible. It was hurtful. It was terrible. It hurt my heart to see that.
It was disgusting. And I was like, you know what? Also, too, let's keep it 100. You fucked your son's friend. How can you even do that? Did you even think of your son and your daughter? What that meant to them, what you was doing? And quite frankly, I've seen August Alsina's pictures of him just in his underwear. I know what got her crazy. I'm gonna tell you what it was. It was this.
Right.
Because that's what that looked like in his underwear. You saw it?
And that's all she was looking at because he was that's all she was focused on. Oh yeah, you feel better.
When she said I wanted to feel good, listen. The female in me said,
can we talk about that? Are you attacking his man? Are you attacking Will's manhood? Because the way she said,
yes, she did.
So long. I just want to fit.
Right.
Man. And now I seen that picture, so I know what you mean.
Yes.
You understand?
But
to me, that's the only grown thing that looks like it's grown. Is that?
And here's another flip to that is not only did you have an affair, but you had an affair with a young man.
Right.
Somebody half his age. And men already, when they get older, though they don't, it's not something that they talk about. And I want to talk about it in the pink room. When they hit 40, things start happening. You know, they're not as active. Their testosterone level is down. You know, they start losing their hair some places. They're getting gray hair on their balls and shit. They're not, they may inside feel young, but they're not, right? So here you are bringing some young man dingo. She got me so fucking pissed
she shouldn't even know he had all that going on, as far as I'm concerned. If
Yeah.
you were so concerned about this young man's healing.
Yeah.
And I
It was
say
wrong.
that as a healer, as a woman of a certain age, I
Yeah.
would not imagine, because why? That person is vulnerable, and the dynamics of the relationship, they're coming to you for healing, not sexual healing, Jada, not sexual
Not
healing.
sexual heal.
Okay.
Exactly. And she thought it was, I don't know why she thought that in the beginning of the interview, she thought, oh, he came to us first with this going on, with that going. That made it even worse for her.
Right.
I don't know why she even talked about that part. That made it even worse for you. Like you look even more like a hunter, like a cougar.
Like a predator. Like a predator.
She
Like
was her move was predatory. Period. Period. It was predatory. It was
it's very disappointing. It's very disappointing, and it's very disturbing to me.
right.
You know, that to watch her be so cold. Because, like I said, your husband was sitting there with a broken heart and a broken ego. He even said, I feel like the woman on the red carpet that says, "Oh, I'm still standing behind my man." Like, yeah, that's who you were. That's who you were in that moment. Well, exactly.
Well, of course you're gonna stand by him, because you would no longer be Mrs. Will Smith. Serenity says, with her fake ass epiphany during the episode, "Girl, bye. You knew what you was doing." Absolutely, Serenity.
What?
Absolutely. Deep Purple Rain says, "I'm sorry, but I'm just not gonna blame. I'm not blaming Jada." Oh my gosh. I feel so upset because this episode is going so well, but we keep having these technical difficulties.
That's how it goes. You be trying to put out this truth the world, you put the truth in the world, and it's like everything trying to.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Vanessa says she's a predator. She was predatory. She was.
Yeah.
So getting into Miss Asia Monet, before we have any more technical difficulties, I again, for those just joining us who wasn't on in the first video, can you please share with everybody, aside from modeling and fit modeling, what you do? Please talk briefly about your what you do as a healer, and after that, I'm going to ask you 5 things we don't know about you.
Okay. So as far as a spiritual healer, like I work in the realms of spirit, obviously, shifting energy. I'm a channeler. I actually help filter positive energy and help heal perspective, heal energy in the belief systems and the subconscious. It's just a whole lot of things. I'm just healing energy, basically.
Right.
Hard for me to explain.
Well, I know for sure that what you do is real, because as you know, I was going through something while you were visiting my home, and I didn't share it with you. Again, I'm a person that sometimes will keep things in. I won't tell my friends certain things I were going through. But you was like, what's going on? There was other people in the room. You was like, something's going on with somebody in here.
Right.
In here.
In my
like,
heart.
what's going on? And you honed right in on it, and you knew. Even my Asian grandma, you brought her up. And like I said, I don't ever talk about that. Nobody knows about that.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, like, as an empath, so part of me being empathic, like I said, I feel everything.
Right.
So when I sat down, all of a sudden I felt a sensation in my heart space, and it felt heavy. And so I knew it wasn't me, because at this point of my journey, I have strong discernment about what is happening in spirit.
Right.
Whereas many people are walking around and are empathic and don't realize it, right? They may be feeling energies from other people, places that they enter, like spaces, and may not be conscious that that's the area, is not me. So for me, I have strong discernment about these things, and I knew it wasn't mine. And I was just like, okay, who is it? Like, somebody.
And you just right, you just honed right in, and I love that. And not only do you help me, but you also help Laz. And you guys not knowing, that's my fiance, but she also helps him with the healing things, and also just emotionally and spiritually getting us individually together, which helps us as a couple. Which I'm hoping that soon you'll also be doing that too, in terms of healing couples.
Yes, I am praying on it, and I'm coming up with some things. I'm actually really excited about that. I feel like
Yes.
It's needed right now.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing to
look at everything we talked about tonight.
Right.
It's needed now more than ever.
Right. 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 I always have a disclaimer sometimes when it comes to couples, like, sometimes people are really together through their brokenness,
Yes.
and unfortunately, you don't know what will happen after you healed,
Yes.
Because I'm thinking, like, if I had like Will and Jada in the room, I'm like, Will, by the time Will get healed, he would have looked at Jada like, nah, I'm out. Like,
he would have been like, oh hell no, and why did I say this long? Right.
Yeah.
Why did I stay this long? Like, I'm mad that I even wasted this time.
Because he wasn't honoring him. He wasn't honoring himself. Yeah.
And not
he wasn't
to
respecting
absolve him. Honestly, there may be things that he's done that we're not privy to. Okay?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We're not privy to everything. But as a woman, I felt what she did was predatory with this young man. She should have handled that better. Period.
Right.
Period.
Right.
But
even the aftermath. That's
at that red table,
like,
she had the opportunity to look at that camera and say, August, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And for the people who say they don't want to blame Jada or whatever, just ask yourself, just flip the scenario. Flip that it was Will, and he was preying on a young woman, and he was sitting there talking to Jada the way Jada talked to him. Just flip it and tell me how you feel. Like, we don't, here it goes. We don't protect our men. No. Just because he's a man and he's sitting there with a broken heart, it's like, he's supposed to just eat that. Like, forget it. Like,
like, you know what this is. It is what it is. I don't know what to tell you.
His soul was breaking in front of everybody.
Yeah.
In front of everyone.
And people are still, they're making remixes of it. They're making fun of him. They're making him feel some kind of, to the point, honestly, he probably went to the Bahamas because he says, I can't take it.
Right.
It's too much. It's too much. But I always, again, because at the end of the day, I love love, and I'm a hopeless romantic. That's my heart is my weakness. I pray that all of them heal. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully their marriage will be stronger because of the negative experience.
Right.
A lot of couples are better because they went through a fire.
But they gotta do the work. But they have to do the work. And if no one is taking the accountability for what went wrong, it's bound to happen again.
Right.
It's bound to happen again.
She didn't come off that she was sorry.
No.
She came off like, it is what it is. And I just wanted to feel good. And you don't get to tell me if I feel good or not.
Right.
I didn't see any accountability there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay.
Oh,
I'm going to
Lord.
ask you 5 questions that we don't know about you. Are you ready?
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Okay, number 1. What is your favorite food?
Oh, my favorite food?
Yeah.
Well, if you follow me, I was making jerk chicken.
Yes.
So I love jerk chicken. I was just in Jamaica in February, so I've been trying to relive my Jamaican cuisine here.
Right.
I love jerk chicken. We'll say jerk chicken.
Okay, jerk chicken is up there. Share with me your favorite childhood memory.
Oh my God. Okay. What about, because I thought about it lately. So I don't have that many moments like this in my childhood, but I remember, and my mom is on here. Mom, you remember when Dad got me the 100 Dalmatians, or like the pound puppy.
Pound puppies?
Yeah, he bought me the whole, like, all of them.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Pound puppy. I'm sorry, I'm probably telling my age, but anyway, pound puppies, he bought me the whole thing, and I think I felt like a princess or something. Like, that's one of my most fun fun and
Oh, I
motivation.
love that. That's so sweet. And let me tell you why I like to ask people that question. Because when you think of your favorite childhood memory, your face just lights up. Like you should see your
Your inner
smile.
child talks about, right?
It just makes you feel amazing.
Oh, you're laughing at me because I said pound puppies. Yes, it was pound
Right,
puppies.
right.
It was all of them though. It's a whole bunch of stuff puppies, like all
Yes.
of them. Like it was so much. Yes.
With all that we spoke about tonight, what do you love? Name one thing that you love about men.
I love, you know what? I love when a man is in love.
Me
I
too.
love a man's love. Like when
Yes,
he is
very
loving and honoring him,
Yep.
not only himself, but his partner. Like,
Yep.
I love that energy. Like, I love what we call like a divine masculine, a man who has mastered, you know, his self, mastered
Yes.
his emotions and has discipline and balance.
Yep.
Like, it's so sexy. Like,
It's very sexy.
it's very
And it's
sexy.
very
Yeah.
it almost imbues you to love even more as a woman when a
Right.
man has that confidence and that love in him and he's okay with being vulnerable about it.
Right.
That's
and
very
when he's
beautiful.
right.
Right.
And when he's in his masculinity, but in a
Yes.
healthy way, in a very
Yes.
balanced and healthy way, you know,
Yes.
that he's bringing that energy to you. Because as a feminine, as a woman, you know, it's a great complimentary and makes you want to step up and makes you
Absolutely.
say, oh, let me bring my femininity, my little magic
Yes.
to the table. Let me.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what I love.
I love that too. Now, what is your favorite sex position?
Oh my God, my mom is on the Mom, don't even watch. No, my mom is cool, but oh my
Listen,
God.
this is the pink room. You should know one of these questions is going to go there.
I should have known that. I should have known. Okay. Well, yeah, it's depending on the partner, but let me see. It's depending. Okay. Well, you know, when I'm in love, I like missionary when I'm in love.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like
Mine,
it's very
I
intimate.
have to share mine.
Okay.
I love missionary too, but there is nothing better than being bent over.
Okay.
I just something so dope when a man is like Captain Morgan and he's got that one leg up and you're bent over.
Okay, I'm glad Shanda said it. I didn't have to
And
say
our
it.
titties are flapping.
Okay, I'll take it. Like,
You know, our titties be flapping when they hitting us from the back. It's just everything.
I was like, okay.
Okay.
What was that?
I'm
Oh, no,
going
you said
to.
Shanda.
I know I'm a mess. Your poor mom. Mom, this is probably when you should have logged off. Night of the Venom said, what is your zodiac, Miss Asia?
I am a Libra.
She's a Libra.
Yes.
Boy, them
We are ruled by Venus. So
yes.
I'm all about that. I love it.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm gonna name 4 guys, right?
Oh
You're
boy.
gonna tell me who you're gonna ghost, who you're gonna marry, who you're gonna fuck, and who you're gonna put a bullet in. You're gonna kill. Okay. So the guys are Lil Wayne, Will Smith, 50 Cent, or John Legend.
Okay, wait. Who I'm gonna marry? Out of those? Oh my God! You said Will Smith, 50,
Lil Wayne,
John Legend.
50 Cent.
Oh God, I would have said John Legend, but after his statement, I mean, I don't know. I would have said. I would have married John Legend.
I'm like, I don't know if you have enough followers for him not to cheat.
Right. I don't think so. I think we're getting cheated on, according to him. So, okay, let's see. Maybe I'll marry Will. I'll marry Will.
Because I would marry Will. I would marry Will.
Okay, I would marry Will.
Right.
I would say I would have asked a certain person, but that's not true because in real life I didn't. So I don't know. I don't want to say him. So
Well, in the pink room, let's just pretend. So in the pink room, who you fucking?
I don't even know if that's okay to pretend. Okay, let me see. Oh, what else? F, and what else? What else you doing?
You got Fifth, you got Lil Wayne, and you got John Legend left.
No, what are we doing with them? We putting a bullet?
One is ghost, one is marry, one is fuck, and one is kill.
Okay, I'm gonna ghost Wayne.
Yeah. Good call.
I guess, and so if I kill 50, and then what's the other one? What's the other
John Legend.
What about John Legend? I'm gonna shoot him.
Well, you said you were gonna kill 50.
Right. That's terrible. Yeah.
50 in the building.
I don't want to kill 50. I don't like killing you. I don't even want to put that energy out there. Anyway. And
so Lil Wayne or John Legend?
To do what with?
Are you going to fuck or ghost one of them?
Oh my God. What? This is so okay. Can I just in a perfect world, I'll just marry all of them. Can I just marry all of them?
Oh yeah, in the pink room you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.
There you go. See, that's the Libra in me. I want to.
We act like Jada. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do. Right. Like Jada in the pink room.
So I'm married all 4 of them. I have 4 husbands now. That's what I'm doing. I went from 0 husbands to 4 husbands. There you go.
Well, my love, thank you so much for joining me in the pink room tonight. We had so much fun.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
So much fun. And I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties, but it's live. This is what it is.
Right. Sorry for the fireworks. Right. Like
that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I love you so much, and I thank you. And I want to have you back on again too, where we're talking about you doing some healing and stuff, and maybe in one of the episodes, maybe somebody could come on and you could do a reading with them or something.
Oh my God, I'm coming all the way out the closet. Yes, I'll do.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes, I'll be open to doing a session with someone.
Yes. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me and the beautiful Asia Monet in the Pink Room Live tonight. I will be back next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on my IG Live. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. I love you all so much. I'm rocking out to Maxwell. Age, I love you.